Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin. So let's get into it here. Basically, we've had a nice strong move up this morning, and what we're looking for is the potential that we have, a bigger 1-2 setup here and another 1-2. Looking for a bigger move up potentially towards this 35K range. So we need to be aware there are other bearish counts. Potentially we could still see this reject off of these zones. We could actually see a sell off to the downside. So we need to just be aware of that. There is still that potential. It's going to be key now if we're looking for this rally to actually hold this 27,561. If we start to lose this zone, basically that would become invalidated, that potential to come up here in a direct push to the upside. Though really, as long as we hold this low here of this 26,513, we could still be within a wave 2 here and then still look for a push to the upside. So we're going to have to just take it one step at a time here and we'll wait that confirmation. So what we were talking about in the previous video was a couple of things. We were talking about this possibility that we could still see a flat correction down towards this zone of this 26,246 to this 26,525. So this is still valid at the moment. We haven't actually come back up against higher than this 2917. So for as long as we continue to get rejection below this 28,819, I am looking for that possibility. We could still look to break down towards these zones. So this is something we just need to keep an eye on. Given the current structure, it is a bit strange. And the way that I'd have to be looking at this here, if we were going to try and count this as a five-wave move, is that potentially we'd have to look at all of this as a wave one, and then we're forming a wave two here. So I'd be looking at this potentially then being a zigzag. So there's a couple of ways of counting this. We could count this as a correction where this is ABC down, a flat to the upside, and basically this is actually a completion here. So we're going to go over that in a second. But for as long as we remain below this 28,818, I'm going to be continuing to look out for this potential for a rejection to the downside where we see something like this as a five-wave move down here. So it's going to be key if we want to look for this bullish push to the upside. We need to get back above this 29,184, and ideally, we don't want to get a rejection off this 786. We can see this is also in the zone of this previous swing high, but we are retesting this zone that we were holding as support, and it's been resistance a few times here as well. So it's going to be key to see whether we actually get a rejection off of this, and then we actually look to break down deeper. So that's what we're going to be keeping our eye out here on. Basically, any kind of a sharp rejection off this area, we'd have to be careful. Otherwise, potentially we could be looking at even, another 1-2 here, and then we actually start to break down. So this is going to be a key zone of support. We've talked about some of these areas previously in the previous videos. If we want to continue to look for the bullish potential here, where this is a 1 and a 2, we need to maintain this 26631 to this 2481810. So this is going to be a key zone as a support for a direct 1-2, and then looking for that push to the upside. But like I said, potentially we could already be starting this. So if we are looking for this direct breakout, what we'd be looking for is potential that this is a 1 and a 2 here, and that basically we formed another 1-2. So we did come down quite deep. We came down pretty much almost to the base of this move. So it is quite deep if it is a wave 2 retracement. So that's why I'm being a little bit suspicious of it. It's possible. So we'll have to just see what happens here. Effectively, I wouldn't look at this as a yeah, I mean, it's hard. We can argue it's a corrective move in here, but it is also possible this is A, B, and C, and actually that this wave 2 is here as well. So, I mean, we're gonna have to see how this plays out in the medium term here. Potentially we can look at this 2 here. This is another 1-2, and then we're looking for this third wave up here. However, if we do lose this low of this 27,511, potentially we could still find support lower down here. That support zone, if we are looking for it from this area, basically would be above this 27,059. So, even if we do push down one more time here, and this becomes some kind of a zigzag in the middle, A, B, and C, and we push down, we could still find support here towards this 27 and 59. Basically, this would be the cutoff zone where we're looking for this potential of a 1, 2. Once we start to lose this, it becomes less likely. The invalidation, though, however, would only come by crossing this 26,601. So, what we're looking for here is that potential to have a bigger move to the upside. So 29,706. That's going to be the area we want to hit for this to be considered a wave 1, 2 within here. And then, basically we want to get a move up towards this 29,706, get a fourth wave, and then this additional fifth wave up to this 30K region, 30K to this 29,853. So the key here is if we're looking for this as a bigger move here, um, either we're going to have to get some extension in here where we form something like this as a 1, come back down for a 2, get a bigger third wave up here, 4 and a 5, and then look to actually push up towards this target area here of this 32K. Failing to actually reach this would just, we'd have to be careful then because we just have a 3-wave move. If we just get a move like this where this is uh, A, B, and C, and we only move up to this 30K. So this is the 1-to-1 of this first leg here, should be this 30,342. If we just get a 3-wave move up here, we'd have to be careful because, like we were talking about previously, we still have that idea of a bigger flat correction here. And I was looking at the potential of it starting to break down here, but if we do have a move up in this manner, we could see something like this play out where we get this as an A, this is a B, we get a C wave up here, and we actually look to test this zone. And then we actually look for, a 5-wave move down from that point. So it's going to be important what happens from this area. But like I said, until we actually get back above this 28,818, we just need to be a little bit cautious with this. It could reject here. We're right. We've sort of hovering on this 50% line, but we can see that the golden pockets on these highs here, 786s on these highs at this 28,815, sorry, 818. So we need to just be cautious with that. We want to see this move develop if it is going to continue to push to the upside. And what we want to see within that is basically within this structure here, we'd be looking at this potentially as a 1, 2, 1, 2, still in the third wave here, I think. But basically, we would want to see a move that holds this position. So as a fourth wave, we wouldn't really want to come down below this 28,14 region. So I'm looking at this potentially as a 1, 2, this is a 3, and then we're going to be looking for a fourth and potentially a fifth to the upside. So if we fail to develop this fourth wave and fifth wave to the upside, potentially we could be looking for a move down here. I'm just going to slide this box over here for a second. What I'd want to see here is a 5-wave move. So a complete nice 5-wave move, clear structure up into this zone of this 26 5, this 28,657 to this 28,529. Then from there, basically what we'd want to see is finding support. We want to see a 3-wave move to the downside here, potentially testing some of these support zones here, and then actually looking for that progression to the upside. So if we do actually get a push up into this zone of this 28,657 to this 28,529, basically what we'd be looking for then is the potential to come back down and actually look to retest some of these zones here as a towards this 28,000 again at the 50%. Lowest we'd want to go is this 27,774. So this is going to be key. It's hard to count these internals here. Potentially we are still within this third wave. We'll have to just give it a bit of leeway here. But what we want to see is a corrective structure, something in comparison to this. I want to see a bit of a move down here that takes, a couple of bars here at least. And then basically look for this fifth wave to the upside. So we just, like I said, need to be careful because if we do just get a rejection from here, we could be looking for this move to actually break down deeper. So it's going to be key if we hold this zone and we hold above this low of this 27,565 and we hold this support zone of this 27,774, basically we can look for this continuation up. Once we start to lose this area though, it becomes less likely and we'd have to just be aware that we could still see this as either either a wave down, this is a B, and then we get a C wave, or alternatively, this becomes a 1, 2, and then we actually see a much deeper move. So at a 1 to 1, I'm just going to go off of a retest of this. I'm going to go off of a retest of this high here. 1 to 1 would bring us down here towards this zone of this 26,949. So basically, it'd be coming back down towards this lower support zone. You have this 27K. So it's going to be important here. If we do form a 5-wave move, if we want to look for that continuation, what we need to do is see a 3-wave move return here, and then see this, move up in a more impulsive way. Until we get that, just need to be cautious within this zone. We could see this just reject and potentially actually fall down from below this high here. So the 1 to 1 to the upside is currently sitting at this 28,870 region. So this is something we're going to have to keep an eye on. If we do get a move up here, could potentially mean we get a retest of this 786 here, this 28,818, and then look to break down from there. But we do, this is quite a strong zone here. If we fail to break above it, it could be seen as a sign of weakness, and we could get that direct sell-off to the downside here. So that's what we're going to have to keep an eye on here. We want to see another fourth and a fifth here develop, and then we would want to see, this move find support again. Like I said, um, one, get a 3-wave move back down, potentially into these zones, and then start to see 5-wave structure developing to the upside, something like this. And then we'd be looking for this potentially to become a 1, 2, and then we'd be looking for that bigger 3rd wave. Obviously, if we do get some extensions, these retracements don't have to be as deep. Sometimes, if once we start to extend out, we get a shallower retracement. But this is typically what we'd be looking for here. Looking for some good clear structure for a 4th wave here, a 5th wave up, potentially testing some of these highs, and then actually looking for that support to come in. If we just form a 5-wave move up here, we need to just be very careful, because this could just be A, B, C as a zigzag here. And then, we look to break down. The 1 to 1 is up here at this 870. However, if it doesn't achieve that, potentially some rejection zone. I'm just turning these on for a second here. The We've already met the minimum requirement we'd be looking for as a C wave if this is A, B, and C. But ideally we'd like to take this top. But in these zones, we do have the 786 at this right in this golden pocket at this 285,484, and then basically the 702 up here, this 26,675 is going to be another zone of confluence here that we have, with this move to the upside. So just going to have to get above this area. By all means, this could be starting a much more bullish structure here, but we just need further evidence. As long as we remain below these highs here, we just need to be cautious of those bearish counts where we could actually see that, the move break down, and then we actually look for those lower targets. So the key supports again basically are going to be down here towards this 26,581 to this 24,494 region. Invalidation of that 1, 2 would actually come by crossing this 23,876. So we just need to give it some space and see how it actually plays out here. If we do get this 4th, 5th, we want to see a 3-wave move finding support above this 27,774. If we hold that support, then we could be looking for a much bigger move to the upside here, and then we could see. The thing is, we'd want to see this actually, start to accelerate in the amount of volume and the way that it reacts. We wouldn't want it to sort of just sit around too much. Want to see this form a nice 5-wave move, 3-wave move down, and then get going in that bigger 3rd wave to the upside. So confirmation targets of that, like we were talking about a second ago, basically, that is going to be moving up towards this zone of this 29,706. They would just be looking at this internal wave as a 1, 2, and then basically looking for this move to the upside here. As a potential 3rd wave, we need to get up towards this 29,706, and then we would have to not cross this high over here. We'd have to form a 3-wave move down that doesn't cross this high, which is sitting here at this 28,819, and then we'd want to see nice 5-wave structure to the upside. So yeah, I mean, there's potential for this to develop to the upside. We are still looking for that possibility of getting a bigger move up here towards this zone of this 32K region. If this fails to develop, what we need to be cautious of is, even if we do move up higher here, where this becomes A, B, and C, and we don't actually manage to reach this zone, this could still look to actually break down in a 5-wave move from that point, where this whole move is actually A, B, and then we get that bigger C wave to the downside. And like I said in the previous videos, if we get a move that's that large, it's probably more likely that what we have then is a fact, that we've completed into this high here. This becomes an A, this becomes a bigger C wave, B wave, and then we get that bigger C wave to the downside, where we're looking for this as a potential 1-2 at that point. And then, that would make more sense. But yeah, it is always possible. Like I said, we could, as long as we maintain these lows of this 26,519, and the higher ones that we discussed, up here, this 27,511, potentially we could see this just directly push to the upside. Yeah, so gonna have to just be patient with this one. It is possible, like I said, we could see this nice move to the upside here, but just for me, I'd rather wait for that confirmation. I want to see nice clear structure here, see that retracement, and then potentially that could be an interesting zone to look for entries. Obviously, you would have to, if you were looking at something like that, where you're looking for this potentially to be a 1-2, your stops would have to be below here. This is what I would be looking at, keeping my stops below this point and then looking for that push to the upside. But obviously, it depends how we form this structure. If it doesn't form a good clear fourth wave and fifth wave up here, we just need to be cautious. We're rejecting off that 50%. Even if we do move up higher, like I said, we've got potential rejection off this golden pocket here, 28,587 to this 28,533, and then higher up this 28,818 could be a zone we get a reaction off. That doesn't mean that we have to just, when I say we could get a reaction, we don't have to just basically, sell off to the downside here. It could just be that, we move up into this area with a fifth wave, and then we get a reaction here, get a 3-wave sell off, still find support, and then look to test some of these higher areas. But I would expect some kind of a reaction off these zones. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below, and in the description you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out, it's free to join. As well as that, there are affiliate links for both Primex BT and BYBIT down there, both great exchanges that we use on a regular basis. If you don't have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel. We do appreciate it. Everyone, have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.